Are you there? Mr. Ochino Dongo. Are you there? So we lost Mr. Ochino Dongo there. We got to be on an interview with him.
Hi.
Is it my internet?
No, I think just the option of sharing screen.
Okay.
I wanted to share with you my screen.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Let me see.
It's there?
Okay. So
No, sorry. Okay. All right. Yes.
you can see the ICT digital customer support staff.
Yeah, but the writings are. I may not be able to stream to read.
Oh.
But I think you can just take your time. If I'm not in any hurry, so you could just take your time and take me through pole pole.
Let me see the other option. Just let me see the other option that is there. Application window. Now, can you see?
Okay, let me see.
Let me try the third option. Now it's now visible. It's a bit visible enough.
Yeah, it's a little visible than the rest.
Oh,
Will you scroll up?
Okay. Yes, now up.
But what I want,
Yes.
I hope there is nothing that I'm going to be, because I just want to listen to you.
Yes.
I don't want to read anything. So will you just take your time and take me through all this?
Okay.
So perhaps if you want me to read, I'll read later. You can send me the document that I'll read later.
Okay, I will send you a link.
Yeah.
But then you will only be able to read the first page. The other page are the questions that I will ask you now and fill in. Basically, just a little background is that generation is an idea. It's an idea run by a company called McKinsey Foundation.
Yes.
The idea is basically on the HR department, the process of recruitment and the process of ensuring that once you recruit someone, he successfully produces as you expected, as the person who recruited him. So based on that, generation idea is to first find employers who can employ, find the opportunities within the employer's field that this employer would want someone to be recruited onto. Once we identify these positions, we try to come up with a curriculum to train someone specifically for employment. Say our education is to train someone to just have the knowledge, alafu ndio sasa tunaenda kutafuta kazi. But generation sees that does not help, because in most instances once someone graduates anaenda anatafuta kazi anaambiwa hauna experience. So generation comes up.
Okay, I know you asked me this. Okay, let me listen.
So what generation does is that first we identify an employer, we identify a job opportunity, we carry out a research on, for you to employ someone for this job opportunity, what skill, specific skill do you want? what kind of experience do you want? What kind of qualification, apart from education and experience, what kind of education, apart from like the work experience, apart from the soft skills, what other qualifications are you looking at? Once we've gathered that information, we develop a curriculum based on this specific skill. Then we agree with this employer that
Yeah.
we will be training someone for this position. Once we finish training, we will place them with you people. So that's basically what generation idea is. Currently there are 5 programs that we're currently running. There's 2 are for sales. Financial service sales, that one is for someone who will work in a bank, microfinance, insurance, such kind of companies. There is distributed sales for manufacturing companies. There is food and beverage for restaurants, people who work in restaurants. Then there is the traditional customer service. Ile yenye people work in a call center or in a customer service center, you walk in and you get served. But with the pandemic, companies are shifting. Every company is going virtual. And because every company is virtual, they want ICT sector to be revamped. They want customer service to be digital. See, like Safaricom. Safaricom is using both digital and the traditional. On the digital platform, if you have any issue with Safaricom, you simply text or you call 100, and your problems are all sorted. That is what we call a digital customer service. So we're trying to come up with such kind of training so that companies can have a revamped digital customer service sector, and we will have graduates who will be able to serve within the digital customer service sector. We are also trying to revamp the ICT sector with human resource. So currently, the reason why we reached out to you people is we are trying to do the research of, as CAV, what kind of skills, what kind of experience would you want someone to have for that department? Yes, basically that is the survey that we are conducting now. Yes,
Now,
unless you have a question at that point.
I have so many questions here. Number one, you said the company is called Generation Idea.
Okay, the company is McKinsey Foundation.
Uh-huh.
The program is called Generation.
Generation.
Yes, but
Now,
there are.
we have so many people that want jobs. Everybody needs a job,
Yes.
and all these people that need jobs, they are all educated or purporting to be educated, or
Yes.
duped by, or duped by the system, or cheated by the
Sure.
government that they've been
Yes.
given education that does not have morals, that doesn't have values, education that makes people or molds people who are not after service but for greed and self-gratification.
Yes.
How will your training, or how is your training help in solving this? Because everybody that we get are people who need money, provided money that can come, even if it is through the means of cheating and lying. They do not care about productivity to any organization that they go to. So how is this program going to sort out that pandemic?
Yeah. Okay, that's a nice question. One is that the content of the training. First of all, there is, when you entrench into someone a wrong thing for a long time, it takes long for this behavior to get out. And funnily enough, is that our program is a very short-term program. It's about the longest it takes is 8 weeks. That is for sewing machine operators. but we have a program that runs, normal programs run for 4 or 5 weeks, depending on which kind of program. But within those 5 weeks or 8 weeks, the curriculum is anchored on two bases. One, okay, the curriculum is anchored on two specific pillars. We have the first pillar of soft skills. Under the soft skills, we train people on they're not actually okay. We always use this example of a nurse. If you go to an hospital, you will find two nurses. There's this one nurse who knows how to inject. He knows how to give the right prescription, but he does not know how to handle a baby. He does not know how to hata kumbembeleza atulie ni shida. But ukimletea mtoto, you will describe and he will know how to inject, he will know the right medicine for this kid. But then you get another nurse who really knows how to take care of the kid, but he does not know how to prescribe the right medicine. He does not know how to inject. Atatafuta vein vitu zote, lakini ukimwachia mtoto atalia. These two nurses, they are all good, but they have two different skills. One, technical skill, but he does not have the soft skills. He has the technical skill that is required of a nurse, diagnosis, injection, but he does not have the soft skill of how to handle a client. So what our curriculum tries to cater for is to impact this nurse with both skill and the technical skill. Now, the soft skills, some of the things we touch on are we train someone how to be future oriented. We train someone on elements of honesty. We train someone on elements of personal responsibility. Under personal responsibility, we tell you that every action you take, remember that you are personally responsible for them. We train on proactiveness. You see, one of the problems we have in the government offices is utaingia kwa ofisi and nobody will attend to you. And nobody will ask you, have you been attended to? But for proactiveness, someone gets into an office and you are the first person to ask, have you been attended to? Even if he was not seeking your assistance, you will find a way to help him get someone who can assist him. So we have a package of the soft skills. Then we have the package of the technical skills, which now the employer wants this person to have. So the soft skills are from our end. The technical skills are from the employer's needs. Then, so on your question is anchored on the soft skills that we train this person. And now, because of the short time that we have with this person, we have a second stage of our engagement with this person at alumni level. We have
just a moment. Just a moment.
Okay.
Alema. Yes, poa sana mambo. Niko salama. Za sasa. Yeah, niko home. No, you're a politician, you know, so wewe mambo yako mingi. Actually, I haven't received any communication yet. Let me just refresh a little bit. No communication yet, and actually, I had a meeting at 3 somewhere, so I'm branch kwa cyber to attend to the meeting. No mail, no communication yet. After this meeting, I'm just going to do let me give them like 40 minutes. If nothing comes up, I'm going to do a mail. Yes. 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 Yeah. 9,000 euros. Okay. 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 All right. Thank you about that. So after this, I'm going to inform you of if there is a response. If not, I'll also do a mail alert. All right. I won't keep you for long. I mean, thank you. Sorry, bro.
Oh, no problem. So I was saying that in regards to your question, we focus on the soft skills, but then I was also saying that because of the short time that we might not be able to erase a lot of these vices, we also have an alumni mentorship system where once you
This is the last call. Then I'm switching off my phone. Okay.
okay, no problem.
Hello, Mheshimiwa. Yes, sir. I'm good, and how are you? No, hata hizi sijaingia kwa nyumba ya hapa, niko kwa meeting nyingine hapa, namaliza alafu naenda niangalie. Hapana, hakuna, si nilikwambia where I am things are good. Sijapata email bado. Let's give them up to let's give them 3 hours from now. If not, I'll do a mail. Okay, thank you. Sorry, but I'm not going to. I'm switching it off now until you finish.
No problem.
Okay.
So I was saying that we have also alumni mentorship program where once you are placed, you are also put under a mentorship unit with the former graduates who had already passed through generation, who are successful outside there, who also help you walk through the challenges you'll face, share the experiences with you, help you understand where you are and how to overcome instead of just struggling alone, because these vices come out when we struggle. The more we struggle, the more these vices come out. But if you have a helping hand, it's not easy. Okay, you might, but then with a helping hand, it's minimized. Yes. So that first of all, I'd like you to post the questions. We complete the survey, then I address the questions. Leo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, for Center for Africa Volunteers, generally we are a revolutionary organization.
Yes.
And we are questioning a lot of things that are going on from the time the African history is known to the time the African history was erased. Number one, the education system that we have is an education system that is teaching us to seek for employment, to be enslaved, to use the least positive term that I can use. What we have is about enslavement. The jobs that we are preparing ourselves to get are not even there. They are made scarce by design, by people who created the system to keep us slaves forever, So we are questioning these things. We are also questioning, like, for example, in Kenya, last year, there was an argument about the BBC, is it BBC or BSSC, these things.
CBC, the
curriculum,
education. CBC.
yes, CBC. Where is it going to, and where is it right now? The confusion in the Ministry of Education in Kenya, in Rwanda, in Ghana, in South Africa is as confused as that you see in Kenya right now. And all these things put together, they're just preparing our generation, and they are preparing us. Already it prepared our parents and our grandparents to be as useless as they are now, because they failed to give the sacrifice essential for us to live a better life. Today, our peers and people, or our contemporaries, as we are still in that circle. Or if you go to General D or network marketing, you'll hear a term called rat race. That is where I got that term the first time. You know,
Network.
sorry, I think it's my internet. You understand the same. So you can hear me, right? So what I was saying is that the education system that we have already is a raw deal. But I'm happy of what you're doing, because what you're doing has identified the problem, that the malfunctional problem that the education system is already giving us, and I would appreciate you guys for that. Number two, we are running two campaigns just on civic responsibility, on taking personal initiative. Your organization or your company, I believe it's not a governmental company. It's a private company that is seeking to bridge a gap that is there. Now, perhaps we can have this talk at an advanced stage of working together in constitutionally and legally through it's called through drafting bills which we will sponsor to the parliament to have a complete overhaul of the education system. It's not going to be easy, because we are dealing against, if you go to church, we call them dark powers, or the powers of darkness, which sponsors our education system. And we are dealing with dark powers who authors these things, whose kids do not even have these problems that you and I are trying to solve right now.
Actually, they don't even study in Africa.
Yeah, their kids go to better systems that when they come back, they continue the legacy of stealing, and he who steals your mind steals everything from you. So perhaps we can go to those, working together at a later stage. But I think when you talk to me about this, those are some of the things that were ringing in my mind, that we can work together moving forward in rectifying this. But so perhaps you can ask me what you want to ask me. I'll be glad to respond.
Not just, I don't want to ask. I want to just add something. Actually,
yes.
Currently we are trying to work with the county governments. Today we signed a contract with this group of Pwani. The regional block of coast.
Yes.
And we have an agreement with Nairobi County.
Yes.
We have an agreement with Kakamega and Kisumu County. The reasons for
Yes.
these agreements that we're trying to have with them
Yes.
is to use their TVETs to change a
Yes. Yes.
curriculum. We're
Yes.
trying to get into the TVET system to change their curriculum from just being an education system that throws someone outside in the streets, but an education system that leads someone to an employment. But then, because employment is also an issue,
Yeah.
we are also developing a program on entrepreneurship,
Yes.
where someone who does not want employment can now get into business.
Yeah.
Once you graduate from this program, we put you in a, say, like the incubation, the one that was in KU sometimes back, the incubation
Yes.
for 6 months to
Yeah.
see how you're picking up. Then after that, you can now stand alone. So on the employment sector, we are getting into the TVETs to change the curriculum, because one thing we realize, TVETs teach people the technical skills but not the soft skills, and those soft skills are very much important in addition to
Yeah.
the technical skills. So those are things that as you come on board can also help us reach, as because our target is to reach as many youth as possible. We might not solve the employment problem because the employment opportunities are also very minimal.
Now, for you
But
to solve the employment problem, you have to go political and change the political system. You know,
yes, yes.
and it's a ruthless process. It's not a baby shower party. It's not a wedding party, or it's war. It's a ruthless process, painful,
Sometimes it might require overthrowing of a government in certain
and that is
places.
what we are. And that is not in all places, especially in Africa entirely. And we are going to start with Kenya. But you are in corporate, you are not in the activism field. You do not take it. And
I, I,
anyway,
understand, I understand
I'm
what.
recording. I'm recording this, so perhaps you'll want to review later.
Okay, no
And
problem,
because
no problem.
this was your program, if you'd want me to delete, we are recording it on YouTube. So if you'd want us to delete it later, we can delete it, so that
Uh,
it doesn't pain you. It doesn't paint you, and nobody's watching. Nobody's watching at all.
okay, no problem. But then
Okay.
the point is, for the side of generation as an idea, our focus is mainly these youths who are not employed. What good can they have so that they
Yeah.
realize a good life in the future? They can be independent by themselves, and they can be able to not blame the government so much for their
Yeah.
problems. They are able to stand
Exactly.
alone. Yes, yes.
Sure.
Now, on the part of the survey, um, uh, I don't know, because the survey is specifically for the CAV and the data that we are collecting. I don't know if that will be okay if it is not on the YouTube,
Okay. I think I can just type this.
because it is data. It's the data from your organization.